What's going on, guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I want to go over a topic that I've heard within some streams, and is that every spell that is Lore Master drop is going to actually have Spellements at one point. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and I'm explaining a little bit more in depth. So if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe, because I'm trying my best to provide as much content as I can, and I'm gonna just keep pushing. So yeah, and also hopefully you guys enjoyed the event that I did the past couple of days. I put in a lot of effort into that, so I'm really glad that some of you guys actually enjoyed it, and same thing as the video, I actually took time on editing it. So yeah, so back to the lore master stuff. So we all know spellements are a thing in the game. Some people like it, some people really dislike it, and it's respectable, you know. It's some sort of pay to win type of scenario depending on the spell, such as Nautilus being super OP. You can't get that from Lore Master, but you can only get it from packs, and you can only tier it up through packs. Spells like those everybody hates, so you know, we all have those love and hate relationship with spellements. But at one point in the game, which is probably going to happen down the line, right, just judging by how spellements have been, you know, slowly being more and more of a thing in this game, eventually all the spells that are dropped from Lore Master and other bosses are gonna have Spellemental paths. So one day we'll see Lore Master get a Spellemental buff that you actually have to probably either farm Lore Master from, which I really doubt that they'll do, maybe, you know, but eventually that spell will have some sort of spellement change where the weakness and the freaking mantle go back to its normal state back in the day, or somewhere near it. Or maybe we might even have spellemental paths for either a bigger weakness or a bigger mantle. You know, we don't know, because eventually every spell will have a spellement, and you know, we're all going to go through the ups and downs of this. Like some certain spells that like get spellements, such as like Ninja Pigs, Goat Monk, Ninja Piglet, Samurai, those types of spells, not many people are going to bother with because they don't have a secondary effect. And when I mean secondary effect, I mean it's just like like if it either provides a mantle, it provides a weakness, it steal charms, puts a trap, that type of stuff. Ninja Piglets, Goat Monk, and Ninja Pigs and Samurai, those types of spells don't have that. It's just straight up damage. So if they were to get Spellemental paths, the only thing they can really do is increase the damage. So not many people are going to be worrying about that, because those spells don't affect that too much, whether it be PvP or whether it be PvE. Stuff like Pigsy, on the other hand, or Lore Master, or like Deer Knight, those spells are going to be good and in PvP and in PvE. Such as Lore Master, if it were to get a buff, it would be broken. It would go back to its normal state. Deer Knight, if it got a Spellemental buffs, like such as Reindeer Knight, as an example, how it has Spellemental paths, it would be benefiting death in PvE. Pigsy, such a good spell, such a good healing spell. People even may say Unicorn is even better, you know, especially after its buff. But Pigsy, since it got a Spellemental buff, if people do have a higher level of Pigsy, it's actually going to be cracked in PvE. Those types of spells, it's eventually going to happen, and it's just something that we all have to experience. Stuff that I don't know, such as Burning Rampage, Catch of the Day, and Sacred Charge, those types of spells that aren't dropped from Lore Master, we won't even know if those spells will ever get a Spellemental path. I'm pretty sure some people would and some people wouldn't. Burning Rampage and Catch a Day and Sacred Charge, no one uses those in PvE. You'll rarely see them. There's not a certain fight where it's like, oh, you need Burning Rampage, guys, oh, you need Catch of the Day. It's rare. So, you know, those types of spells are mainly for PvP. Catch of the Day removes 2 blades. If that were to get Spellemental paths, I can't imagine how PvP would be, because what would they do? Remove the positive charms from 2 to 3? No one knows, because we all gotta just wait and see. Stuff like Hammer of Thor, the spells that like recently came out from like the Grizzleheim pack, like those types of spells, I don't think are gonna get a path anytime soon. like an actual good one. They currently have paths like, you know, Rat Spin, Hammer of Thor, like those do currently have it, but I don't think they'll get a buff to it. And the only buff that they got from the Spellemental path was increased damage. Rat Spin, like if we're going back to like Deer Knight and Reindeer Knight, it's a good AoE. And, you know, if you want to go the Spellemental path, you could. You don't have to, because no one's going to use it in PvP. But if you want to have like a PvE buff for your life character, your death character, your ice character, yeah, go for it. Like for me, for my Reindeer Knight, I personally have a tier 3. Not everyone has to have a tier 3 Reindeer Knight to be good in PvE, because usually when you're doing PvE, you're not going to be like, hey yo, I need this ice character with me questing right now. It's rare when you see people say like that. But mainly people just quest with whoever at most points. Most points are just gonna have like a death, some fires, some storms, those types of things, you know? And some people do Scald and Incendiate, some people just use storms as main hitters. It really just comes down to personal preference. So this is just something I wanted to talk about because we're all gonna expect it, you know? Eventually all the spells are gonna get Spellemental paths. It's already happening. We might as well wait till all of them happen. Another topic was, I heard from Rapid stream, I don't have the exact clip because I'm recording this video like really late. Stream's already not on Twitch anymore. But he did state he did want, instead of all the spells being dropped from Lore Master, which is kind of annoying, why isn't there separate bosses that actually drop the spells? And I have said this before too on stream. This is why Mushu is just such a great world. Goat Monk, Ninja Pigs, they both drop in Mushu from separate bosses. Same thing as Samurai, they drop in Mushu. We do have, you know, Rat Spin, Hammer of Thor, and Grendel's Amend that do drop from a Grizzleheim key boss, but hinting at it being a key boss. That's the only downside. While Goat Monk, Ninja Pigs, and Samurai, there's no key boss for it. It's just a straight up boss that you can do at any point. It's a good thing that they have that implemented, but whatever happened to it? Why didn't they ever continue this? It stopped after that, and we haven't had it ever since, till, you know, the Spellemental stuff was introduced and the Grizzleheim key boss was introduced. Yeah, we did have other spells such as Burning Rampage, Catch a Day, Sacred Charge, but those are key boss locked. You know, you couldn't get those from just normal casual bosses. I feel like they should introduce that system, but in a proper way and not hidden behind a key boss. Because at the end of the day, it's a spell. Goat Monk, Samurai, and Ninja Pigs, you rarely see those in PvP. You're gonna see those like sometimes in PvE, but you rarely see those spells in general. But the spells are actually good that people use in PvE, like, you know, Deer Knight, Rat Spin, Pigsy, those type of spells don't have their own singular separate boss. And I wish that they introduced something like that. I feel like it would make the game better in a sense where people can actually just farm the exact person that they want for the exact spell, instead of everyone going to Lore Master, you know, guys, it's that type of day, we just farm Lore Master and just hope that we get the spell. And I know people are going to be like, oh, just craft the spell. Yeah, that is an option, right? But they should still have the ability to have separate bosses that drop spells. And it's a good idea. They did it well with the Burning Rampage and stuff like that, but it was locked behind a key boss. Mushu did it right. But I really hope that they introduce something like that, like Winter Moon, etc. They can all theme it. Like all the spells are themed around the world, and they can hide those spells between worlds. Like Lore Master can drop Lore Master. All right, we'll keep it as that because, you know, it makes more sense. But I feel like scrapping the idea of just Lore Master and spreading it across the worlds in Wizard City, you know, Mushu, Wisteria, then actually provides people to go other places. To me, Wisteria is completely useless. There's no reason someone should be doing Wisteria. I guess for Tower of the Elephant, even though it's really outdated. But if Angry Snow Pigs and Ninja Piglets and Pigsy were spread out in Wisteria between bosses, Wisteria would actually be somewhat useful for people to go to. Same thing for like Athena Battle Site. They can have a certain boss, maybe even a secret boss in like the Zeus dungeon where you fight Athena that drops it. Sure, they'll be hidden behind a key boss, but at least Athena can be introduced in some sort of way in a boss form. those types of things I really wish that they would do, and hopefully we get to see them in the game. I think it's a really good idea, and just be on the lookout because eventually every spell will have spellements. At one point we might even see Catch of the Day, Burning Rampage, and Sacred Charge have Spellemental paths, and there's nothing we can do about it because it's an MMO and AI likes money, not gonna lie. But if they do it right, I think everybody will be happy. And the right way to do it is spreading the bosses, or spreading the actual spells with own separate bosses, and those separate bosses can drop the spell and spellements. And I guess that will make everything better and people will be happy, instead of it being locked behind a pack and just saying good luck and have to spend money over and over and over. These spells have been in the game for a long time. It's like spells such as like Dear Knight, Ninja Pigs, etc. They should be spread out across the game with separate bosses, drop spellements, instead of it being locked behind a pack. And I know people have talked about the Celestian spells like Celestial Intervention, Nautilus, Ship of Fools, Spiritual Tribunal. Those spells are locked behind a pack, and they still have yet to be introduced in a boss form. And I'll talk about more about those spells in a separate video. But that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed me talking about the Lore Master spells in general, and we'll just have to see what happens to the game. So I'll leave it at that. So be sure to leave a like on this video, be sure to subscribe, and also join the Discord down below if you guys want to talk to me. So that's gonna be it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.